dark here. Let's see. Let's see if we can fix that here. There we go. What's up, guys? Little surprise live tonight. Sitting upstairs, and I was feeling really weird not being down in the basement making content. And said to myself, why are you taking a break? Who gives a shit, right? Who cares? Let them say what they want to say, right? So, here we are. And let's see, what do we got over here? This way, do I gotta turn it? See that thing over there? I got it all set up. That's the Metabo HPT rear handle circular saw. I will say I'm having a little issue with my Flex Volt 8 amp hour battery. It always says it has 2 bars. Then when I put it on the charger, it says it's fully charged on the charger, but the battery reader's only reading 3 bars. So I think I gotta call Metabo. I really have not had good luck with tools lately, guys. Like, seriously, the DeWalt rotary hammer, something wrong with it. The Metabo battery, something wrong with it. But I can understand it because it was a display model, so I'm not freaking out about that. I got the 36 volt hammer drill and that battery for like 40 bucks. So I'm not freaking out about that. That's a display model. I can take that. But that rigid spindle sander I've been showing you, that I showed you guys a few weeks ago, out of the box, thing won't oscillate up and down. The belt sander part grinds. I've been trying to frickin' get it warranty through Rigid. Rigid says Delta made that. You got to go through Delta. Going through Delta is probably one of the worst experiences of my life. So then I call back Rigid, and it's just back and forth with Delta and Rigid, and I'm about at my wit's end and just going to say, F it, I'm going to take it back to the store. But that's not what I want. I got that spindle sander and oscillating belt sander for 129 bucks because it was the older model, okay? The newer model's $299. I want the tool because I'm starting to get into bigger woodworking projects like making furniture and stuff, and that's a great tool to have in a wood shop. And I want the tool, but nowhere in my area has one to where I can exchange it. So it's either take it back, get my money back, and wait for another one to go on sale, or fight with Delta and Rigid for the next month because that's where it's heading. So I haven't had too much luck here with tools. What else? My Snap-on pair of pliers, they were definitely used. They had black shit all over them. Go to my Snap-on guy, goes, does that really matter? Well, it kind of does matter. Yeah, when you're paying 70 bucks for a pair of pliers, it matters. Hi, Juan. Hi, G-Nick. And I can't pronounce that, E-D-I-C-S-O-N. Hi. If I can't pronounce it, I spell it out, okay? Mindstorm, can you be a moderator? I don't know yet. I think I already got a couple of moderators. I think Apache and Denner Fools or Steve Ott, probably. It's the Snap-on guys doesn't do thing right. Yeah, I know. Like that grind, this thing right here, guys. Oh, let's move this beast out of the way. Let's not bring up this thing because that will just hurt a bunch of people's feelings. But this thing right here, this Snap-on angle grinder. Now, yes, is it cool that the battery can flip? So you can get in the tight areas and you can flip it in whatever position you want to. Yes. It is cool. It's a good idea, but bad execution, because you want to know what? When I'm using it, you got to remember how big my hand is, okay? First of all, when my hand is on it, right, the trigger thing's way down here, so you got to come down here, okay? All right? But look at, now, look at where my hand's at. It's off the back of the battery. So when you just barely touch it, it moves. It just moves. That's how the detents are not strong enough. So as I'm using it, right, this battery's flopping around, okay? So that's one thing. They also got a shock absorbing handle, which is pretty cool, right? That's cool, right? I like that, right? But watch what happens. When there's any pressure applied to it at all, oh, now it's not going to happen. Now it's not going to do it. Okay, there it goes. Because I tightened it down with like a pair of pliers the other day, which you shouldn't have to do. But this thing comes loose a lot, okay? Because look, you got to connect. You just don't put the handle into the side of it, okay? You got to connect this piece to it. You guys see that? You got to connect that piece to it. And then put this piece in, okay? And then here we go, right? It's only got 8,000 RPMs. So my Bosch here, has 11,000 RPMs, okay? And you guys saw this kind of struggle a little bit when I was trying to cut that bolt off the railing of my patio railing there, right? You saw that, right? Well, I gotta tell you, I gotta go super slow with this thing to get it to cut through. If I go any faster, I feel like it's gonna bog down, and then, you know, it kind of becomes this is a dangerous tool. You don't want it bogging down, you don't want kickbacks and all that type of stuff, right? If I haven't mentioned you yet, guys, because I'm kind of talking, hello, how you doing? But now you got the thin head. See how thin that head is? Which is another cool idea, right? If you see that head there, you see it, right? And then you look at the Bosch. You can see the difference, right? So this is another cool idea. This sleeker head, so especially when you're working on cars and you got to get up in there, right, to cut something off, it's a good idea. But what's the problem? This gets super hot. I cut through one piece of steel with it, and this thing, this whole mechanism here, the head, was so warm. I felt like I had to put it down for 20 minutes before I could use it again. Otherwise, the tool is gonna like explode, okay? The Bosch, I used it all freaking day long, grinding the rust off my car, grinding up my railing, my cast iron railing. I used it for hours, and that head never got hot. This thing got hot, okay? As you can tell, I've hardly even used it. It's still brand new. I cut that one piece of the video you guys watched me cutting that piece of steel. It's the only time I've used it because I don't want to use it anymore because I think I'm giving it back. I think I'm giving it back because it's that junky, okay? Not to mention, all they make are 5 amp hour batteries. And by the way, this 5 amp hour battery is not small. The Bosch 8 amp hour 21700 cell battery is smaller than this. It is shorter and it is smaller footprint all the way around. I showed that to Souls and he couldn't believe it, but it's the truth. These are old 1850 cell batteries. They don't produce a lot of power. You already got an underpower grinder. You mix all that together. You just got something here that is just fucking junk and it costs $900. This, the battery and the charger, is $900. Did I pay $900? No. I complained to my Snap-on guy about that god-awful drill I bought for $1,000. Okay? And he said, well, if you want to review this, I know you got the tool channel. Go ahead and review it. If you like it, just give me $200 and it's yours. Okay? So I'm guessing this was already lightly used, which, whatever, fine. You know what I mean? But it's just not good. A lot of good ideas on it, horrible execution. If you're going to put all these cool ideas on it, right, and take the time to think about all this stuff, why would you make it underpowered? Why wouldn't it be 10,000 RPMs, 10,500 RPMs when the Ryobi grinder is more powerful? Okay? When the Ryobi grinder is more powerful, when the Makita X-Lock grinder is more powerful, that's probably the weakest grinder on the market. Out of the big name brands. You know, I'm not talking about Amazon tools and that type of stuff. I'm talking about the big name brands, you know, the ones you see at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, that type of thing. That's the weakest goddamn grinder I've ever used. And I've used some of them. Now, I also got a DeWalt 60 volt flex volt. That thing is a monster. Okay? Bauer brushed or nothing. Yeah, that's funny. But I'm going to tell you, Denny, I'd rather buy the Bauer angle grinder for 40 bucks or 50 bucks than that thing. I'm going to do a video on it. As horrible as that tool is, it is more powerful. And it's not as, and by the way, the grip on it's so boxy, it's so hard to hold, even with my big hand. The Bauer's way more comfortable. You won't hear me say that a lot, but it's the truth. I don't know, Snap-on. I think you got to get out of the power tool game. It's not good. The only reason why I think they sell them is because people just buy off the truck because it's like fake money, right? You create an account, you run it up, you pay it off slowly, then you run it up again, then you pay it off slowly, and it's just this horrible cycle. And people just don't realize that there's just way better stuff out there for 1/10 of the price. Or 1/8 of the price. But anyways, we're not here to talk about strap-on. I just popped in my head. We are here to talk about, I know I posted yesterday that I was going to be taking a break because there was some stuff that was said, not only here on the Tool channel, but, you know, a bunch of my bowling content too, and from people that I've kind of respected a lot in the industry and looked up to, and these guys were like my idols growing up, okay? So it hurt a lot, and I wasn't wanting to talk to people yesterday. I just wasn't. But I also said to myself, well, if you do that, then you're letting them win. So we're not effing going anywhere. We're not taking a break. I've made 400 goddamn videos in like 3 months. I've busted my ass. And yeah, every day there's, I don't know, a dozen stupid ass comments from people who just want nothing but to piss me off. So therefore, I'm no longer going to even reply to them. We'll still do the dumb comment of the day. We'll put up the dumb comment of the day, but I'm just going to literally ignore them. Denny, what's up? Caleb? Good. Hey, Caleb, look. Caleb, watch this. What's in the background over there? What do you think about that tough guy, huh? That's nice. Yeah, I see that, Caleb. And I've seen it more recently, too, with you. I've seen it. And I got to be honest with you. I don't understand what's wrong with people. I just don't. Like, we're like providing a service to people. Like, I know I can speak for Caleb. This shit is not cheap. Guys, it's not cheap. You know, me and Caleb aren't getting freaking tools for free. Not from Milwaukee and DeWalt and Bosch and Metabo. It's our own goddamn money that we're using. And at least Caleb's able to make some money on the videos so he can kind of counter, you know, he can balance that. I'm just getting started. So it's like I keep going further and further in the hole, which is fine, to bring you guys content. And then when you go look at your comment section, it's all these fucking assholes that just want to nitpick every little thing. Like the one guy said, oh, you're wearing gloves. Ho, ho, ho. Must be a pansy. Bro, when you're literally putting fasteners in and out for like 10 minutes straight with a high torque impact wrench, them fasteners get fucking stupid hot. And I've burned myself I don't know how many times. I don't want to burn myself anymore. So I bought gloves. Like, I'm a pansy now? I bet you wouldn't say that to my face because you'd end up in the hospital, but whatever. You think you're cool because you said, oh, look at the big guy, he's wearing gloves like a pussy. Good for you. I mean, you're a loser. We're talking about tools and you're talking about something else. Did you get a $59 battery? No, Denny, I didn't need it. I got Metabo batteries. You know, I already have 2 of these. And I got the one 8 amp hour multi-volt battery already. I'm not going to lie, though, it's acting up a little bit. But we'll kind of chug through it. Yeah, I get it, Caleb. I know. Listen, when I started this channel, it was actually the last day in February, so call it March. My first video was all my hammer drills, which at the time was like 7. Now it's like fucking 22. I know I got a problem. But it was all my hammer drills up in a line, and I said, please like and subscribe. We're going to start doing some hammer drill videos. Okay, that was my first ever short video. That was on February 28th. We're now just getting into July. So March, April, May, June. So that's 4 months. I've put out like 400 videos. Like, I've been busting my balls. And when I started this channel, it had nothing to do with making money. It still doesn't have anything to do with making money. I don't think anybody makes a profit reviewing tools, except for maybe 2 or 3 of the huge channels. That's about it. And the only reason why they did is because they sold out. Okay, they started telling everything's a game changer, and stopped telling the truth about the tools. And companies will pay them whatever the hell they want because they pretty much get to tell them whatever they want them to say. Most of my money on YouTube has come from, say, 6 videos. Exactly. Like I said, at least Caleb's able to now make some little bit of money. So when that money does come in, he can go buy a newer tool with it to keep the content going and stuff like that, which is great. I want people to be, successful and that type of thing. But man, when you see these fucking goobers come on there after you're spending hundreds of dollars to bring a service to them and just to show them tools so that maybe they can make a better informed decision, or people who just want to watch the videos just to watch the videos, and then you read these comments, it's all like where did these people come from? Where did they come from? I don't know. And it's always like it's always like that age, like 35 to like 45 male, I've noticed. Like my age bracket, because I'm 39 years old, it's always like that age bracket who really love YouTube and stuff, because we didn't have this type of shit as kids growing up. It was just like the internet was just starting to, 95, the internet was just starting to take off a little bit, okay? And I was 10 years old. So we didn't have all this content. Our content was the 60 channels on our TV. And then DirecTV came out with the satellite dish, and boom, oh my God, you could get 250 channels, right? That was the thing. So this type of thing here was never a thing in our age bracket. And it's always those 35 to 45-year-old males who got nothing better else to do but think it's fucking funny to just constantly shit on people's stuff. And that's okay, because I watched another video. Oh, it was Caleb's video. Caleb said, I love the haters too, because you commenting stupid shit just helps the video out, right, guys? So I watch a lot of Caleb Ross, if you haven't figured that out. I watch almost every one of his videos. I like almost every one of them. If I miss one here or there, it's because I'm busy, but I watch a lot of Caleb Ross, and I see a lot of the same things he's going through that I'm now starting to go through. And the tools with Josh Page, that's one thing. You know, I'm not a professional contractor. I'm not any of them things, right? I work at Pep Boys. I own bowling pro shops, and I would work on the side because I enjoy it. But I use tools every day, just like these jackoffs who claim to be professionals. You know, the same professional that's out there doing fucking smoking crack before he hits up the job site that day, or who's half drunk on the job site, you know, those professionals, you know what I mean? The word professional to me means something way more than what it means to those idiots. But I'm not going anywhere. The comment came through on one of my bowling content things that I do. And the comment came from somebody who I know personally and somebody who I grew up idolizing as a kid. Like, if you're a young person that lives in downtown Chicago back in the 90s, you grew up idolizing Michael Jordan, right? Or Dan Marino in Miami, or whoever the case may be. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge football and sports fan and stuff like that too, but the guys I grew up idolizing as a kid were Pete Weber and Chris Barnes and Parker Bone III, who actually came on one of my live feeds and said a few things. I have gotten to know a lot of them. I've gotten to compete against them too. And when the comment came through last night from somebody, and I'm not going to mention names, from somebody who I've respected a lot in the industry, and the things that he said, it kind of fucked me up a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It kind of got me to a point where I just didn't want to do this anymore. He has since called me and apologized, but it's kind of hard to apologize when, you know, you said the things that you said, and then now you're trying to backtrack because you know it looks horrible for you and your public persona. But I accepted it, and I let it go, and that's why we're here right now. All right, enough of talking about trolls and everything else like that. Who else is still on here? Yeah, Caleb, I do have a second channel for bowling content. It's called Wednesdays with Brad and Josh. Now, we used to go live on Facebook every Wednesday, me and my best friend, Brad Angelo. Brad Angelo is a high-profile professional bowler, okay? He's been on ESPN, I can't tell you how many times. In our bowling world, he's one of the guys, okay? So we started a live question and answer every Wednesday, and it was called Wednesdays with Brad and Josh. And we would feature a review of the new bowling ball that just came out that week, and then after that, we would take questions and answers, or we would teach, or we would show off different bowling tools that you can use to help your game without being at the bowling alley. It was just a cool hour every Wednesday from noon till 1, where we got to interact with the bowlers, the customers, the people who are interested, okay? And then we would take that live video and upload it to YouTube, and that's called Wednesdays with Brad and Josh. It's got like 400 or 500 subscribers. I've never done nothing to it. All I've ever done is upload our older videos, okay? But I'm thinking about bringing it back. We stopped doing the videos on Facebook. One, they didn't pay us anything. The pay was horrible. Two, it takes a lot of time and effort to do a live show. We had to have a camera guy. We had to upgrade our internet. We had to get microphones. We had to get nice cameras. We spent a lot of money. And just like everything else, life gets busy, and when it ain't making money, it's like I can't carve out this 2 or 3 hours every Wednesday because I got to be here, there. So we stopped. We didn't do the show this year and kind of stopped it. Well, I'm getting a lot of people asking me to bring back the show. If we do bring it back, it will be on YouTube. It won't be on Facebook. But yeah, if you want to go check it out, it's called Wednesdays with Brad and Josh. We've interviewed some of the best players to ever live. We've done quite a few cool things on that channel. But yeah. Yeah, I hope Bruce is doing okay. So you got the Metabo HPT circular Saturday. I guess you saw the Metabo $119 charger, 4-amp hour battery. Get the full-size 36-volt recip saw for free at Lowe's as well. I don't have Metabo, but tempted to. Okay? If you're tempted, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Metabo's just good. And since you asked, what's that over there? I got the wood all set up, ready to make a short little video here soon. I love my Metabo stuff. The problem is with Metabo, it's getting harder and harder to find. Their battery technology isn't all that great. Although they did just come out with a tabless battery. But their battery technology, it's kind of junky. Like, I've never felt like their batteries were anything to write home. But you will not get a more comfortable feeling tool, I don't care who tells you, than a Metabo HPT. The thing fits in your hand like a glove. They just always feel good. That saw over there, like, I've had the Hercules, I obviously got the Milwaukee, I got the Skill, okay? I haven't even used that yet, but I'm telling you, that saw is 2 to 3 pounds lighter than those other saws. I couldn't believe how light that saw is. I couldn't believe it. I'm holding the box and I'm thinking to myself, did somebody fucking do a switcheroo and put like some junky little saw in here? So I had to open up the box in front of the Lowe's employee because I was not getting screwed over again to make sure it was indeed the right saw. Because I couldn't believe how the box is huge. Like, the box is like freaking huge. And then you're holding it and you're like, there's nothing in there. That thing is so light. From what I hear and see, they say it's not the most powerful. But if it can get the job done and it's that light and that comfortable, who knows, it may become my new favorite rear handle. I'll tell you what isn't my favorite rear handle saw, and that's the Hercules. Did not like that at all. Didn't like it at all. And for 150 bucks, how much money are you saving when I just picked up that bad boy over there for 130 today? I mean, you're picking up a professional level tool for 130. I know it's on sale, but you can always find sales on Metabo and Bosch shit. They're always trying to get rid of it at dirt cheap prices. You just got to be patient. I haven't even used it yet, and I'll take that saw over the Hercules any day of the week. That's how much I hated that Hercules. You're welcome, Ted. Who else is on here? We got Learning with Juan. We got Ted Allen. Caleb was on. I don't know if he's on anymore, though. Denny O'Fools. Speaking of that, Denny O'Fools, were you one of the ones that wanted to be one of my moderators? Jimmy's here. What's up, Jimmy? So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to chop up some wood with this thing. Make Denny a mod. You won't regret it. Yeah, I believe I was talking to him in Apache about it the other day. Because a weirdo came into the live feed. God bless you. Sheetrock, not my favorite. Yeah, Denny. Okay, cool. It was you. Eddie's here. What's up, Eddie? 15-second reviews. If y'all want to have a little laugh and get hooked on the 15-second reviews, go see True, I can't pronounce, Accolade right there. His name's Eddie. He's a good dude. His 15-second reviews are definitely entertaining. And they're definitely addicting like crack. I think I watched 115-second reviews the other night, one after another. I couldn't stop watching them. And he's a good dude. He's just a good dude. And those are the type of people that you want to support. You want to support good people. Whether you agree with their review or not, if they're a good person, all that other stuff is just opinion. That's how I feel. I feel like VCG, they're not good people. I feel like the Den of Tools, definitely not a good person. He tried suing me, for fuck's sakes. Yeah. Yeah. Denny. Yeah, Juan just gave you the old compliment there of becoming a moderator. Once I'm going to be making a post about, we're going to be going live every Friday at 9 p.m. I don't want to get, I know Souls and Tactics go live on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. I don't want to interfere and compete against them. I don't want anybody to be like, oh, should I watch Josh or should I watch Souls and Tactics? No. I'd rather you watch all of us. So I am going to go live Fridays at 9 p.m. I figured that's late enough for everybody to be home, eat. If they want to watch for a half hour, great. I ain't going anywhere, Apache. Hey, Apache, look. I keep showing everybody. Look at that thing. Isn't she nice? She's also light and small. It is an animal? How, is it got, I haven't even used it yet. And I'm telling you right now, I haven't even used it yet. And I'd rather have that saw than the Hercules new rear handle. That thing was god fucking awful. That's how bad that saw was. Right, good choice. I already dual stream Morgan's maintenance and tactics on Thursday. I'm on a Mac. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to compete with, I especially don't want to compete with Tactics and Souls. They've helped me out a lot, and they've been very nice to me, and almost, you know, I call them my friend. Even though I've never met them face to face, I call, especially Souls, a friend. So I don't want to compete with them. That's just dumb. I'd rather have my own day, and then that way the audiences that watch all of us don't have to sit there and be like, oh, well, should I watch Josh or should I watch Soul? Should I watch Tactics? No. I would never, ever, ever do that to them, guys. Apache's going to send me an 80s gasoline with Cobalt Cirque saw. Yeah, the Hercules sucked. The dust collection, I don't even know why they put dust collection on it, because it didn't collect not one speck of dust. Not one. Like you saw it. I will say, though, the best rear handle saw for dust collection, without a doubt. And I've used probably 6 or 7 rear handles. Without a doubt, dust collection goes to skill. Without a doubt, it goes to skill. Want me to show you why? Hold on one second. Let me go get it. This thing's heavy, too. This thing's heavier than the Metabo 2 by at least 2 pounds. You want to know how I can tell just by holding it like that? Because I've swung a 15-pound bowling ball my whole life. So I know exactly what 15 pounds feels like in my hand, okay? And I know what's a little lighter and a little heavier, and I can sense all that stuff. This thing's at least 1.5 pounds heavier than that Metabo. At least, without even putting it on a scale. All right. So you want to know why this has the best dust collection out of any circular saw, at least that I've ever used. You ready? It's because of this. You see this? It's got like plumbing attached to it. See how it's catching it in the front? Sorry, guys. It's catching it in the front. Most saws catch it in the rear. That's what she said. Before somebody says that, I figured I'd get that out. Most saws catch the dust in the rear. okay? Which means whatever's happening up here is just going bye-bye, and it's not collecting it. Skill said, F that. They attached like a plumbing system up to here, and now it shoots out on the other side of the tool. So it stays off of your material too. You don't got to hook a vacuum up to this to see how great it works. Because when you're cutting, right, you're cutting down your board, right, and you're trying to stay on your line, if that dust gets on there, on the board or on the material, that line becomes harder to see. Skill put it on the other side so it shoots it completely away from your material and your cut line. Okay? If you don't got a vacuum hooked up to it. Okay? So that is awesome. And the fact that it literally collected every speck of dust every time I've tested it. Without a doubt. Okay? And I'm going to show you. Now, the Milwaukee dust collection is pretty good. Okay? It's good. It's not bad. But, like I was saying, if you see how it catches it in the rear instead of the front? So whatever, when it starts sawing into the blade, it comes back and it catches it in the rear. So it's losing dust up here when you initially first cut into it. But once you get into the board, it does a really good job. It's that initial few inches into your cut that the dust kind of goes everywhere. Not that skill. Okay? Not that skill. Now, for build quality and all that type of stuff, of course I'm not going to say the skill. But for that dust collection, by far the best. Man, chat's going pretty crazy right now. Let's see. Oh, is Tactics in here? He is in here. Hi, Tactics. Sorry I didn't see you. I only know Power Brushed. They are the best per the bear. Oh, Apache. I tell you what, though, Apache, you missed the first part of the video. I just went out on a limb and I said the Bauer brushless angle grinder is better than this hunk of fucking junk. It's better than this hunk of fucking junk, okay? I guarantee, you know what? I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to go buy the Bauer angle grinder, okay? And we're going to put it up against the Snap-on. And I'm going to show everybody how horrible this tool is. Just how horrible it is. Look, Apache. It's cool. Okay, I already went through this, so I'm going to do it really quick so other people aren't like, Jesus Christ, Josh, you already went through this. Really quick. They got a lot of really cool ideas on this. Okay? They really do. But it's horrible execution of them. Okay? Good thought, horrible execution. Okay? You get the battery flip. Okay? Especially for mechanics, when you're trying to get up in the tight spaces and you're trying to get up in there, if the battery's sticking out this way, well, now you can flip it up, flip it that way, flip it down, flip it that way. It's got 4 different points. Great idea, right? Wow. Great job, Snap-on. Wrong, because when you gotta fucking hold it, the fucking switch is way down here. So where's your hand? On the battery. And when you're working with it, what happens? The detents aren't strong enough, and this thing flops around while you're using it like this. What the fuck? Now, they got the shock-absorbing handle. Another good idea, right? Great idea. But watch, it's so cheaply fucking made. So the handle doesn't go straight into the body here, okay? You got to put this goofy little attachment on, which I've never seen in an angle grinder before. You got to put this goofy little attachment on, then put your handle on, okay? Don't mind the little pitter-patters you hear. Those are my 2 350-pound Great Danes running around upstairs. Sorry, guys. Okay? And this is always coming on and off when you're using it. Like you're using it, the thing will fucking come loose. Stupid. Good idea, horrible execution. See how thin the head is? Okay, now I got my Bosch here because I already showed all this. See how big the Bosch head is? You see it, right? Thin, big, thin, big. Okay. That's another good idea when you're trying to get up into a spot in a car in a cramped area and you got to freaking cut something off. That's another good idea. But guess what? It's woefully underpowered. They only got 5 amp hour 1860 cell batteries. It is underpowered, only got 8,000 RPMs. So what happens when you're using this tool going slow because it doesn't have the power to cut through it quickly? You got to go super slow. So when you're running this tool for about a minute or two straight, and it drains the battery, by the way, this gets so hot, I felt like I had to put it down and let it rest for a half hour. Yeah. Now, and I only used it to cut, remember that video where I cut through that piece of round bar steel at Pep Boys? That's the only time I've ever used it. That's when it got super hot, okay? I'm on a live. Don't be interrupting me, please. Sorry, guys. It's my wife. When I used this, when I was cutting down my porch railings, the cast iron porch railings, and then I sanded all the rust off my car, I used this. This never got hot. It was never hot at all. I could put my hand on it, cool to the touch. That Snap-on, made one cut with it. I thought it was going to melt or start smoking. That's how hot it got. So guess what? That's what we're going to do. Bauer versus Snap-on. We'll make the Den of Tools proud. I think that would be great. The Snap-on guys would lose their fucking minds. I'm going either to heaven or hell. Pretty sure it's the latter. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. But I just wanted to... Hi, Christina. Yeah. I just wanted to get on here and say, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't taking a fucking break. That's not my style. It's never been my style. I went and picked that thing up. And I already like it better than the stupid Hercules. And I haven't even used it yet. You want to know why? Because the Hercules sucked that much. It just sucked. I took the Hercules back. That's how bad it was. Oh, shut up, Christina. Yeah, I know. I know. The Snap-on drill's complete trash. I'm sure we will all get there eventually. But no, honestly, Snap-on's the worst tool company on the face of the earth. The worst. Not only is their stuff ridiculously expensive, the stuff at Harbor Freight works better or has more power. I mean, power tool wise, guys, power tools. Okay? Power tools. Christina, you're allowed to harass him. Trust me, souls. She does a good job of harassing me. Trust me. Oh, yeah. Don't tell these guys that. Can I bid? They ain't for sale. Actually, there's a couple of them that I'm going to sell. But, no, they ain't for sale. Yeah. They're very expensive for underpower, underperforming tools. No Hercules. I don't know if you can resell Hercules. It's so cheap, brand new. Why would anybody try to What are you going to do? Offer somebody $5 for the drill or something? You can have the lawn care mower. Oh, God, was it horrible? What's kind of the same thing in the end? Elaborate a little bit. You have to pay people to take Hercules. That's very true, as you know, souls. I'm not going to hate on Hercules, though. Hey, Sharouche! What's up, buddy? One of my favorite subscribers. Everybody's doing good, Sharouche. We're all worried about you. Who's Captain Soft Hands, babe? Now she's just making people up. But no, I'm not going to shit on Hercules. The saw was god-awful. Yes. But there's stuff that I use at work that's Hercules. Although, I will say, let me see if I can find it. I'm just going to show you. Let me see. I use this thing every day at work. Okay? Hold on. Let me go get the Milwaukee one. Oh, it's on my bench. What do you know? Almost like I wanted to do this. Okay. So I have the Milwaukee one. Okay? I like it. It's good. But the handle's really fat. For me, it doesn't matter to me. Christina, my wife, she can't even fit her hands around this thing. So, we said for like $40 or whatever the hell it was at the time, let's try out the Hercules one. Much thinner handle. You can tell I used the shit out of this thing. It's got crap all over it. You know what I mean? You hear that? That don't sound good, right? Listen. Sounds nice, right? Sounds like it's on its last leg, right? I've been waiting for this thing to break for like a few weeks now. This, see this? It's all loose. So whenever I go to like press down on it, it'll shift over. I'll just show you. It will like shift over and then you won't hit the dang trigger thing there. And then it's like, what the fuck? And then you gotta fuck with it and yeah. So are they professional? Look at, it's all goofy. What's the Milwaukee one? See how the Milwaukee one? It's nice, it's sturdy. It doesn't really move. See how it doesn't have any play? This one has a shit ton of play, and I think it's because I've used it a lot. See how much play that has? That's way too much play. It's about ready to fall off. It's like the pin is literally coming out of it, and it's bent. It's the only reason why I think it stayed in there is because it ended up bending that pin. That's made by John Hercules himself. Needs duct tape. Yeah, I know it's going to come out. Yeah, I just showed that. Yeah, it's definitely on its last legs. And like I told you, the motor sounds horrible. It just don't sound good at all. And when did I get this? April. So I've used it every day since April 1st, we'll say. So it's at 3 months. 3 months in a professional environment, the thing's about ready to take a shit. But it's got the lifetime warranty, so when it takes a shit, I'll take it back and get a new one. Although, you can't get one of them. They've been out of stock. 2 weeks after they released. They've been out of stock ever since because they can't get stock in. Let me guess, the little mini cutoff tool soles. I have that one at work. I have the mini Hercules cutoff tool at work today, and honestly, it kind of bogged down on me today. I was kind of surprised. But I also only had the 2 amp hour battery on it. I should have put the 4 amp hour battery on it. I was trying to cut one of them aluminum valve stems off to put a new one on because it was so rotted and corroded you couldn't, and it was all stripped out. You couldn't wrench it out of there. So you had to cut it off, and when that happens, I usually use that Hercules cutoff tool. It's just very simple. You don't got to get a big grinder or nothing. Boom, it's done. It struggled a little bit with it today. I haven't used the M12 that much to give it an opinion yet. Maybe I should bring it to work and use it like I have the Hercules one. People are saying that the Ryobi one is surprisingly okay too. $900. Yeah, $900. I can't see what you're saying when I'm talking to people, Christina. I'm trying, like, get off the feed, would you? I'm not trying to pay attention. You don't try to pay attention to the people that are watching. The rigid one's the best one. It's never on sale. Looks like 90% of my... Oh, yeah, that's right. You're going to be a dad. Yep. Bye-bye tools. Congratulations, Caleb. Ryobi would last longer than the Hercules. I don't know. I've been using the Hercules one. Not every day. It's not every day I use it, but I've used it. I'm not hating on Hercules. I'm not. I think they're okay. I think they're okay. I think people who try to say that they're Milwaukee or DeWalt or whoever, they're a little out of their minds. Not a little, a lot. But it is what it is. Screw them. Let them have their opinion. That's how I'm taking it from now on. How the hell do you guys afford babies? I don't know. I don't have any. I got dogs, which they may be more expensive at this point. Feeding our 2 dogs is like, Jesus Christ, it feels like it's $50 a day. Just feeding them. Babies are cheaper than Great Danes. Yes, I agree with that, Christina. Yes. I didn't even know you were pregnant. Yeah, we do. We got like the whole community in here. That's pretty cool. All my favorite people are in here. That's the most important thing. No douchebags tonight. So far. So far, no douchebags. Do you guys like the dumb comment of the day? Or do you think I should get rid of it? Seeing how it's the core group of guys in here, it's really only the core, the core community. Keep dumb comment of the day or don't do dumb comment of the day. Yes, what? Keep it or no? A or nay? Type that. Keep it. Go with it. Keep it. Keep it. All right. I guess we're keeping it. See? Yay. I think it serves a purpose. All right. It's unanimous. Everybody thinks we should keep it. All right, Tools and Tactics. See you later, bud. And Tools and Tactics says yes. Okay. I think it serves a purpose. I think if people want to be a dickhead, well, they can be a dickhead and everybody else can see how big of a dickhead they really are. And honestly, usually when I put up the dumb comment of the day, I never hear from that person ever again, which is kind of the whole idea. I don't got time for douchebags. I just don't. No, Eddie, you're not a jerk. Yeah, I know. I used to do the comment videos too, but then I'm like, how can I do this differently? What guy was that, Eddie? Which one? I can't remember at this point. There's so many douchebags that, they all kind of just blend in with one another. You see what you guys started? See what you started, souls? Now she thinks it's a game to annoy me. Great. Good job. Oh, great. Souls, you should share some of the Bears defenders. There's actually people that defend him? I know there's people that defend him. They've come at me. Yeah. See, that's the whole point with see, Jimmy knows. The whole point with dumb comment of the day is to get a sincere dumbass comment of the day. If you guys, I know the guys who, if they post something ridiculous, I know that they're trying to just be dumb comment of the day. Okay? And I'm not going to make it dumb comment of the day if it wasn't sincere. So. Well, you're not. You just did a video on an unreleased product. Good thing I asked them first. That would have been fun. Yeah, I used the wrong battery. I didn't apply the same pressure because they don't know how a fucking screw works, right? Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now, Eddie. Yeah. I thought you were talking about somebody else who made a comment, not that one. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Denny. He so used Game Changer for that frickin' Milwaukee compact impact wrench thing, the compact stubby or whatever. He may not have used it in his title, but in his thumbnail, big red letters, Game Changer. Your right hand stronger than your left. But I'm going to be honest with you, that is kind of true. My right hand is definitely way stronger than my left. But it doesn't matter when you're drilling in a goddamn 10-inch lag. Yeah, the M12 impact wrench. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He so did it. Listen, and there, you guys all know who 731 Woodworks is, Matt Outlaw, right? Now, listen, I used to really like his stuff. I used to watch all of his how to do videos. That's what he really got me kind of interested in doing cutting boards and stuff like that. But I tell you what, he just says the most ridiculous shit now because he's getting money from tool companies to say whatever they want him to say. Like that Makita cordless corded sander shit. He said that was the most genius invention of our time or some crazy thing. It's ridiculous. Either you have a corded sander or you have a cordless sander. Who the hell takes a cordless sander and then attaches a cord to it to a cordless battery that you can hook onto your belt. It makes no sense to me. It is idiotic. And when he said that, I stopped watching Matt Outlaw. Yeah, everything's a goddamn game changer now, Caleb. You're right. Why can't the tool just be the tool? Why can't you just use the tool and just show it for what it is? Why does everything got to be a game changer? Why does everything got to be a fucking grab or a come watch my video? If your shit's good enough, they're going to watch. If it's not good, they're not going to watch. Can still lift 600 pounds. I don't even know how much I can lift anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I fling around 100-pound tires all day long like it's nothing. But I don't even know how much I could lift anymore. Probably ain't what it used to be, I'll tell you that much. $250 at least? Thanks. I weigh more than 250. Speaking of tools, any new news on the bear, Sharouche? No. You knew all that was bullshit. He was just saying all that stuff to scare me and to get me to take down my content. Problem is, he didn't know me. I don't scare off very easily. Yeah, I use AI for my thumbnails. See, I don't get this whole thumbnail thing. Like, I've been trying to figure it out, and I'm slowly getting it. But they got all these pre-made designs that I don't like. None of them have anything to do with tools. And then when you type in tools, nothing pops up. So it's like it's a big waste of my goddamn time. Me and Christina have been trying to make an AI caricature of me holding a tool. It looks so ridiculous. We've done this like 10,000 times already. I just gave up on the idea. See you, Apache. I know you can, but I don't want to bother you. I can figure it out. It just... no, I'm good on making a video on the AI fails. I'm good. Some of them didn't even look like me. They had my shirt tucked in and shit. When do I tuck in my shirt? Like, never. Thanks, Jimmy. You too. See you on the next one. All right, guys. It's past 11 o'clock. I've been on here for over an hour already. Actually, otters are my wife's favorite animal. We have kind of looked into otters and that type of thing. We tried making one like a Great Dane and that type of stuff, but it just, I don't know. I guess I'm picky about stuff. You need the right good prompts. Okay. Yes, otters are the coolest. They are definitely Christina's favorite animal. Most definitely. She loves otters. I love them too, but she really loves them. I know you have an otter in your logo. I know. I showed her that logo because I know how much she loves otters. And otters have armpit pockets for their favorite rocks. What do you mean hold on. So otters collect rocks like dorks back in high school in science class? Is that what you're telling me? And they hold hands when they sleep. See, I told you. You guys said the word otter. Now it's over. Now it's just going to be a whole otter educational fucking video and bye-bye tools. Well, I have a ball sack. Oh, God, this conversation has gotten out of hand, and it's because of my wife. I was just joking, Eddie. I don't know, I guess collecting... I used to be a big card collector, like, huge card collector. So yeah, we all have our shit that we're dorks about, right? Oh, God. Yeah. All right, guys. I got to go eat something and all that good stuff. The bowling balls will go on sale the week after his tools. Shut up, Christina. Yeah, right. I buy tools so I can't afford to collect anything else. I hear that. I hear that. And by the way, none of my bowling balls are for sale, and neither are my tools. All right. I'll see you guys later. I got to go eat something and get to bed. Morning comes early tomorrow. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.